Toronto Dental. I'm a patient there, and of course, I'm not going to tell you to go anywhere I wouldn't go. It's the best dental care I have ever received. They use state-of-the-art technology. They have services that are safe and effective for everybody. And I know a lot of people have apprehension about going to the dentist, and sometimes you may even worry about what will be done and will I have options? Will it be explained to me? Are they just going to go in my mouth and do things like put a gold tooth in there, which I've had done in the past? At Toronto Dental, they don't do that. As a team, they educate you on all your options, and you choose the treatment that's right for you. That's right, you do it. At Toronto Dental, they're also going to work with your insurance plan and your health savings account to minimize your out-of-pocket expenses. They'll keep you smiling. They're Toronto Dental, 442-1900.
The Red Wings are home this weekend. Friday is Star Wars night with fireworks. Saturday features an RPO postgame concert with fireworks. Sunday is a Cocos Locos game with a t-shirt giveaway. For tickets, visit redwingsbaseball.com.
I want to remind you about a law firm that I think is one of the best in the entire country, and that's Circu and Circu. Sometimes you find yourself in a sticky situation. Maybe you have a DWI situation happening, or you've been accused of a crime you didn't knowingly commit. And it's very unnerving, unsettling. You don't know how to protect your rights and freedoms. Well, you don't. You call Circu and Circu, and the number is really easy, 385-2510. That's 585-385-2510. They've handled all kinds of cases. I mean, every scenario you can think of, from the simplest misdemeanors to the most serious felony offenses, they have handled that at Circu and Circu. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're in need of an excellent attorney, Circu and Circu are the lawyers to call. All their consultations are held in the highest confidence. They'll do everything in their power to ensure that you're not deprived of the justice you deserve. And you'll find them in Pittsburgh, but they serve the entire Rochester area as well as Western New York and beyond. And you can always get them at 585-385-2510 or by email through their secure contact page at circulaw.com.
When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Hello. Thanks for getting your bot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we get the word out of the pirate ship.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, just go, well, hello and welcome. Thanks for getting your pod on. Thanks for telling a friend. Thanks for spreading the word of the pirate ship. Me and Jameson hanging out. We'll have the Loopers coming up for you in a little bit. I didn't know what Loopers were, but Jameson got very upset with me about the Loopers because they came in here and they cut into our ice cream time one night. You got your ice cream. All right, Jameson's going to be heading out of town shortly, and I thought it would be fun to just kind of catch up with you real quick because you're going into what grade now? Talk right into that microphone. You know the rules. Eighth grade. And and you're going to be playing basketball? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You excited about that? Mm-hmm. Could you, use words?
Yes.
Yes. Now, you did a lot of on-the-street stuff.
Yes.
Do you like doing that?
Yes.
You did a fantastic job with it.
Yes.
You really did. You did an excellent job. What are some of the things that you enjoyed while you were here?
Yes. I enjoyed watching South Park.
Yeah. I didn't realize how dirty that show
Laughing. You laughed so hard.
I laughed at some of it. You're right.
You laughed at a lot of it.
Yeah, I always liked South Park. I just don't watch it on a regular basis.
So that, what else?
You had fun at Seabreeze with your brother.
Seabreeze. That was my favorite part. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but that was so fun.
Yeah.
I like the water slides there. I went on every single water slide.
Every single one. And what about you coming here and hanging out, doing on the street stuff? You like that?
That was fun because I made $21.
$21. Did you, and then you learned to change a tire because we got a flat.
Change a tire.
You have ideas for businesses. What do you want to do?
What's my advice to someone who wants money?
Yeah.
So, a good way to make money, I think, now is something called bird dogging, especially if you're my age or you're into things like real estate. I really like real estate. That's also a really good way to keep your money safe because, soon cash might not be a currency anymore and it might just all go digital. So keeping money like in crypto and stuff, I'm getting off track, but I'm just using examples and stuff. Real estate's a really good way to keep your money safe. But there's things, so you know when you go hunting and you have a bird dog, the dog, you throw them out and go get the prey, and then you obviously give them a treat because they did so good. So if what I do, I go on my phone, I go on Zillow, I go around Alabama, it doesn't matter where it is. I usually go from Birmingham to Florence,
Alabama, because that's where you live. You live in Alabama.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I find it for maybe a little under 200 grand.
Continue.
Go on Facebook. Go find real estate agents. Join group chats with real estate agents in your area. Then message them, say, hey, I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm a bird dogger. Actually, don't tell them you're a bird dogger. That's not a good thing to do. So don't say that, but you can say that to the right one. Say, I'm a young entrepreneur. I found rundown houses that I think you are totally able to flip. Just along those lines. Do not say that you're totally able to flip because it'll make you sound like an idiot. Just say that are able to be flipped and I think would look beautiful to be flipped. Things like that. Then if they say yes, blah, 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 say that the price, there's this one thing. This is the one key of making the money is what you want to say. I'm looking for a finder's fee of lowest to $250 and highest being, I'd shoot for if they're above 200, like 200 grand, 200 grand and above, I'd say 2,000. If they're 140,000 or lower, I'd go maybe 1,000 or lower. Okay, so that's one. That's really good if you want to get into real estate.
Has that worked for you?
I actually have contact. I haven't gotten the money yet.
You haven't gotten the money. Okay.
I haven't gotten the money yet.
All right. And one other one.
I just got back in contact with him. I got a new phone.
Okay, what else?
Drop shipping. So I need more research about it, but I go on Shopify. Mm-hmm. And when you're making your business, it can be a clothing line, it can be your own homemade business, it could be all this like cooking stuff, cooking appliances, literally anything. And then there's drop shipping. I swear a lot of people get rich off drop shipping, especially teenagers. You can be 18, but like you can be lower than 18. I'd use my mom's with her permission. I'm not trying to be like that. Yeah. Whatever. I'm being really slow. I'm sorry. So then you want to find the product that you think is good. Right now, I think it's these colorful like bubble guns. They're huge. So they have a cover like a dish, and you fill it with soap, and then you just dip it. Like it's just the soap falls, and you dip it, and then you spray it, and there's colors. It's RGB, blue, pink, green, red, all those colors, and they spray like 1 million bubbles in like a minute. That's all over TikTok. When you go through TikTok, you can't go an entire day through TikTok without seeing someone showing their product, but their voice isn't being played. So if they're showing a product and their voice isn't being played, they're drop shipping.
Okay.
TikTok's a really good way to use drop shipping. You can sell candles, you can sell fidgets, you can sell all this stuff. TikTok Shop's a good way to
What's the end game for you? What's the goal?
By 14, I wanted to say 1,000, but I think I can shoot way more for that. I can shoot way more than that.
Okay.
And then there's more. There's saving your money.
Yeah.
So if you're like me.
Yeah.
Fat. So.
Stop.
So if you're a little bigger, you're a bigger guy, and you want to save money, I'm being honest, a lot of your money, can I say a cuss word?
What?
The S word?
A lot of shit?
A lot of shitty foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if your money goes towards a lot of shitty foods, you can save the money because if we're being honest, bigger guys, their money's going towards food. And if it's unnecessary foods like what I bought, but it's for the plane. I promise it's for the plane. Listen. It's fine. Because I have stuff you bought, and then I have those that I bought. Yeah. And I ate 2, so I'm not eating a bunch on the plane because I'll get sick. Whatever, I'm getting off track. You can save a lot of money. Technically, I was smart. I actually thought about it. It took me a lot. Or you could do interviews. You can work for my father. Yeah. And do interviews.
All right.
And I make $10. Listen, So I had $7. I spent $7 on snacks, but I still had $20.
Yes.
So when I had the $20, I have more than what I started with. So
Yes.
technically, I didn't spend all my money, and I didn't waste my money at all.
I'm not complaining, and
I
no
had
one.
to be quick. I had to be
You're not. You're not in any
feel like I
trouble
was
with me.
being rushed.
You're not in any trouble.
I was being rushed.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
But I love spending time with you. Mm-hmm. You are an absolute delight. Mm-hmm. You're a whole lot of fun and extremely funny. And we even went to the comedy club for the
Don't
funniest
get one
person
of
around.
these wallets. Get one of these wallets.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
better in your pocket.
Okay. All right, Jameson. The Loopers coming up in just moments. But first, Paul Cole, how are you, Paul?
I'm doing just fine considering what Mother Nature's thrown at us in the last few weeks. Looking for the weeks ahead to be a little brighter and a little less rainy.
Well, it looks like things should be pretty nice this Saturday.
Saturday's going to be another great event. Saturday Spectacular. Finally, we're getting July underway. We were supposed to start on Monday with the Super Dirt Car Series, but Mother Nature brought us a lot of rain, and pushed that back a couple weeks to July 19th. But we're this weekend, July 8th. Saturday's Spectacular, and we'll have our big blocks and full fender cars, sprints, and sportsmen.
Yeah, it looks awesome because I think it's supposed to be about 80, so a little bit cooler than today. Now, the races that were supposed to happen on Monday, that's going to be July 19th now?
Yeah, we moved that up to Wednesday, July 19th. Will be the Super Dirt Car Series, Stars and Stripes 70. And then instead of the CRSA sprints, we've added in the Northeast Dirt Sportsman Series that got rained a couple weeks ago from Saturday night. So we've mixed that back around. The CRSA sprints aren't able to travel in that day, but that'll be an added show that week. So we'll have 3 shows in 7 days.
Well, great. You know what? Good. That'll be exciting, and what a busy time, but an exciting time down there at Land of Legends.
On the 15th, we have Family Autograph Night. That'll be a big time show. We'll be able to come out on the track and meet their favorite drivers and get some candy and autographs. The 22nd, we will be our next Wall of Fame. We're bringing in a big name driver from the past that'll be announced this week. That'll be here to be added to the Canandaigua Wall of Fame.
Oh, this is what fun! That's awesome. I think that's so exciting.
It'll be a longtime driver that hasn't been in town for a bit. So just to tease that a little bit, he hasn't been able to get down for a while. So we're looking forward to adding him to the wall. And this weekend, again, just a nice Saturday Spectacular with beautiful weather. Yeah,
beautiful weather, and that's a great thing. It is Paul Cole, the president and operator and general manager and man of all hats. I think if there's a hat to be worn at Land of Legends, it's worn by Paul. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I even toilet brush every now and then.
See? All right. You know what it is, Paul? I think you kind of like that, though. You like having your hands in the mud, so to speak, in the clay.
Well, you have to.
Yes.
It's not a clean sport. It's a dirty one, and somebody's got to do it. So I'm happy to be able to be a part.
Well, I'll tell you what, you do a great job down there, and get down there Saturday night, and then, as he said, all the events coming on, the 15th, the 19th, the 22nd, all kinds of racing happening at Land of Legends in Canandaigua. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Bill.
BTB Wood Fire Pizza and Grill in the mall at Grease Ridge. They got some great cocktails of the month. How about the American Smash? It's American-born whiskey, simple syrup, splash of sour mix, lemon slice, and mint. Doesn't that sound refreshing and great? You can get that at BTB Wood-Fired Pizza and Grill in the mall at Grease Ridge, where you can also go and get a nacho burger. That's right, a nacho. How good does that sound, a nacho burger? Why didn't I think of this? A nacho burger is house-made beer cheese, jalapenos, red onions, tomatoes, topped with tri-colored tortilla strips. Sounds absolutely delicious. You'll find it at BTB, where you also get a large pizza every Tuesday and Friday with one topping for $10. Can't beat that. Can't beat BTB in the mall at Grease Ridge.
Mac of all trades. The name says it all. 585-202-9218 and macofalltrades.net.
Iron Smoke Distillery in Fairport, New York. Man, we are so lucky to have Tommy Burnett and his crew here because they do a fantastic job. How fantastic? How about Forbes magazine said Iron Smoke Distillery has created one of the 10 best bourbons outside Kentucky. That's something. And it's all locally sourced. Isn't that great? You go in there, you get a craft cocktail made by one of their fantastic bartenders, and then you just absorb some really great music. On July 7th, you're going to catch Cool Club and the Lipker Sisters. That's from 8:30 to 11:30. Then on Saturday, July 8th, the Adam Ezra Group coming in for a special show at 3 o'clock. And later that night, Junkyard Field Trip taking the stage at 8:30 to 11:30. So a whole lot of action happening over there at Iron Smoke Distillery in Fairport, New York, baby.
When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, hello. Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. I had no idea that we would do a podcast at all tonight. And we'll keep this fairly brief, but I thought it was an interesting interlude because people were walking by the studio and they started waving. It's July 3rd when we're taping this. And so I started waving back, and then they came down, and then they said to me, they're loopers. And I thought, my youngest son said, should I run?
Fast, run fast.
So what is a looper would be the question.
Well, there's this thing called the Great American Loop, and it is being able to transverse the eastern United States through the rivers, and then the Gulf Coast of Florida, then the east coast of the Atlantic Ocean into the Hudson River.
Yeah.
And then you can choose a couple of different paths once you go through the Hudson River. You can choose the Erie Canal, which is what brings us here.
Okay.
Or you can go straight up the Hudson River and the Champlain Canal.
Yeah.
And
Up and down,
Oswego and through the Rideau Canal of Canada and the Trent Severn and the Northern Bay, Great Northern Channel and the Northern Bay, Georgian Bay.
So this would be what I would call bad pod in my part, not your part, mine.
I don't know what you mean.
By that, you need one. I need you to get right on top of the microphone a little bit, but
like
two,
this?
yes, like that.
Okay.
But I didn't ask who you are.
My name's Karen, and I'm on a boat called Long Recess.
Long Recess, and you are from. Can you say
Wilmington, Ohio? Yeah, Wilmington, Ohio. Yeah,
okay.
Just north of Cincinnati.
So how long does it take to do that loop, and what kind of weather do you run into, and all kinds of things, right? And how has the Canadian fires been affecting things? And
yeah, so it takes about a year.
Whoa.
A little bit less, a little bit longer. It took
Okay.
us a little bit longer than a year. But you follow the seasons. So when you go down the rivers of, you get to Chicago, you get to Lake Michigan, and then you've got the Chicago River, the Illinois River. Then you've got the Mississippi River, the Ohio River. Then you've got
So you head south, and I would assume.
So you head south during the fall, kind
Right.
of spring, fall, and Tennessee Tombigbee Waterway into the Mobile Bay, and then the Gulf Coast of Florida and the East Coast.
So you go through like Floribama.
So it's all seasons. Yeah, you go Floribama and the East Coast of Florida.
Now, what about things like hurricane? I mean, as much as we're saying you go down there, but you hit hurricane season and things at times. Did you?
You follow the season, so you don't hit the hurricanes.
Oh, you don't?
Yep. You don't.
Okay.
You avoid the tornadoes, the hurricanes, and the winters. So you spring down the river system, right? No. Spring up the East Coast. Go across the summer in the Great Lakes.
Yes, there you go. Right.
And then you fall down.
May I ask at least your first name?
Pam.
Pam.
Yeah.
And Pam, you're from California?
Correct.
And you live in Napa?
Correct.
That is some of the most beautiful country in the world. And yet I would say here at this time of year is gorgeous, right? I grew up downstate. You mentioned the Hudson River. I don't know if you passed Rhinebeck, New York.
We did. We actually visited Rhinebeck.
Did you go into Rhinebeck? My mom lives there. That's where I grew up in that area.
Yep.
And she still lives there, so I go down every once in a while. And I love the Hudson, but I've only really kayaked on the Hudson. That's about it.
And the Hudson's incredibly beautiful. We did not realize that until we boated.
Did you go down through New York City and all?
We did.
Yeah.
We spent time in New York.
Isn't that great?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is wonderful.
So for a full year, have you been doing this all four of you together or separately?
Well, we met along the way.
You met along the way. So you didn't even know each other prior to doing this, prior to being a looper.
Nope. Yep. And that's the cool thing about
that.
Doing
Is
this
pretty
loop.
cool.
Yep.
So what kind of boat do you have, Karen?
So we have a 27-foot Ranger tug.
Okay.
And my husband and I have spent a 13 months doing the loop on that Ranger tug. It's one of the smallest boats that does the Ranger tug.
I was going to say
that
27 isn't. Yeah, I was thinking maybe
27 feet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know. I know, and I'm familiar with that. That length is more. You'll see a lot of those on Irondequoit Bay here or the lake. Usually runners and stuff. Well, that's tight living quarters.
Yeah, it's a little camper on water. For 13 months. For 13 months, it is.
You must really, really love your husband.
Everybody says that. I do really love my husband.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I how long have you? May I ask? May I pry? How long have you been married?
14 years this summer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it's first marriage?
A second.
Yeah.
For both of us.
See, that's when you get along. I gotta be careful. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. And then what kind of boat do you have, Pam?
We have a 34-foot PDQ power catamaran.
Okay. Oh, a catamaran.
Yes.
You have a catamaran?
I have a catamaran.
Wow.
It's beautiful inside.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Is that easier or harder to navigate?
It's easier.
It is easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a monohull a Nordic tug in California that we use when we go to the West Coast, back to the West Coast. It's much easier to maneuver, I believe, and it's better in certain water situations.
Yeah,
but we love it, and it's wider. So
right, that's what I was going to say. A little more room, and
right.
How long have you been on that boat?
It took us about 10 months to finish the loop.
10 months.
10
okay.
months, yeah.
And then how did you get the boat here? Did you buy it here? Oh, okay.
We actually bought it. We bought it in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say you don't winter there, do you?
We don't.
No.
We winter in California.
Yeah, I would figure. Where in California? Do you stay in Napa or do you go south to the Palm Springs?
Nope. We actually stay in the Napa area. We sold our home of 26 years to actually launch on this great loop adventure. It's been a dream of ours forever.
This is really, really incredible. I love that idea. This has been a dream of yours for a long, long time.
Gosh, probably 10, 15 years.
10, 15 years to do this.
Yep. And
wow.
Finally just launched, and now we have our boat on the West Coast, and when we go back there, we live on that.
You live on your boat, and where is that? In San Diego?
Is now in Rio Vista, which is halfway between Sacramento and San Francisco.
So you're a little more north.
We are north.
Yeah. Gets a little cold at times. A little raw? No? No?
You know what? We have heating and air conditioning
on the boat. Okay. Yeah. You like it better than, because to me, Paradise always looked like San Diego.
Paradise. San
you know
Diego
what I mean?
is paradise.
It's just it's always 70-something degrees, the sun's shining. What is it, Coronado Islands down there? And, that just looks so beautiful to me that I couldn't imagine. Matter of fact, my sister was, my uncle was a pilot for Delta, based in Park City. And then he lived in Park City. And then he also had a place in Palm Springs, because Park City, you're up to your ass in snow until June. And then from there, I'm watching your husband went and got. Are these more people who are loopers? Future loopers. They're future loopers.
Loopers.
They are planning. They're in the planning stage. Yes.
And are they from here?
Yeah. They're not from
here.
Very far away. Yeah, they're from pretty close by.
Wow.
And we just met them here while we're boating.
You guys are just a bunch of friendly, warm, boating people.
We are. We're parked out there on the canal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, have you gone to my friend Damian Malconry's across the way there?
Oh, yes, we have. We ate there last night.
Did
you meet Damian?
Delicious. No.
Oh, well, just look for the big mouth with the Irish accent.
Okay. We'll ask for him.
He's from Ireland, and he's a big mouth. Yeah. Why don't you sit down here as well? Yeah. Just real quick. Because I'm hearing that you're a future looper, and I'm learning. I had no idea that this was a thing. I didn't know this was now, my younger brother, bicycled across the United States, which is also a thing, and there's books and trails, and he went from Seattle to Virginia. But I didn't know there was a looper deal. What is your name?
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
And Michelle, I hear are you from the area?
Yes.
Where?
I'm actually from the Binghamton area.
Oh, okay. So where do you live now? Here or down there?
I live in Binghamton.
Yeah.
Well, actually around Whitney Point.
Okay.
But we keep the boat in Macedon.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
On the canal?
Yep.
Oh, look at this. And you're a future looper.
Future looper.
I didn't even know this existed. I'm so happy to know this. What a cool thing. So can I ask, Karen, what did you do when you were, I assume you're retired?
Yeah.
Or are you
sort
just
of
taking a
retired.
sabbatical?
No, sort of retired. My husband's
You don't look.
retired. I know.
Okay,
I don't look
he
old
looks like
enough.
he could
I
be
know.
retired. You
Thank
don't look
you.
like. I'm sorry. I
Thank
don't
you,
mean
Bill.
to throw shade. You
Thank
don't.
you, Bill.
You don't.
Thank you.
Personally,
Thank you.
Tony.
So he's retired,
Yeah.
and he was ready to do this loop.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'll stop working, and we did this loop.
Can I guess what your career was?
Sure, go ahead.
Were you a teacher?
We were, both of us.
Both of you. My parents were teachers.
Long recess. Our last name's Long.
Okay.
And we are on a long recess.
On a long recess.
We
That
are.
is amazing.
And that's the name of our boat.
What did you teach?
I taught elementary and then some middle school, and then
Okay.
I stopped working as an elementary principal.
As an elementary principal.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, how did you know that?
I could. Karen was too friendly, and I could see, but Karen doesn't. I'm assuming this.
Bill,
And-
can I hug you?
Ready for this? I'm assuming Karen, if she's older than me, it's by a few months.
How
Not
old
my-
are you, Bill?
51.
I'm 52.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
By just a few months.
Yeah, that's what I said. By a few
Yeah,
months.
you're right.
And I figured that, and I'm going. So she
And I
can't,
married an older man. He
she-
robbed the cradle.
She can't.
Oh, man.
She can't exactly. She can't. That's
Oh,
usually
Tony.
like she looked too young to retire. But my parents were teachers. My mom was a speech pathologist.
Oh.
My dad had a doctorate in philosophy and taught 6th grade English for 35 years.
Love it.
Because what are you going to do with a doctorate in
What are
philosophy?
you?
He
Yeah.
built the house we grew up in. He did all kinds of weird stuff, but that was his thing. Yeah. So I kind of got that vibe. And then honestly, Pam, your husband looks like he either did some kind of he looks like he could build stuff.
He did. We
Yeah.
actually built our home in
Yeah,
Napa.
yeah. He looks
Yep.
like he like.
And it took us 9 months.
There's
every
builders
weekend.
and then there's carpenters.
Building
Your
our
husband
house.
looks like a carpenter.
Journeyman
he could make-
steam fitter, but
Like he could build any kind of shit.
anything,
Yeah.
everything, and that's
Yeah.
why he saves us thousands of dollars.
And
on
Pam,
the
you
boat.
look like you could have been a sommelier, or I'm saying it wrong in terms of wine, but how do they how do they say it? Sommelier. Sommelier
Okay.
would be that's almost like a wrestler
I was
in
thinking
Japan.
like
I don't know.
sumo wrestler.
That's
I know.
what I- No, what did you do?
I was a purchasing agent for the University of California.
Oh, okay. For any branch or just the state university? Kind of
The-
like New York, we have the State University of New York.
It's the
system.
University of
System.
California. I was with Davis.
Oh, nice. Okay. Look at this. Well, I find this really interesting. So what's next? Where does everybody, are you all, I mean, the four of you going to travel together from here or?
Well, we finished the loop in October of last year.
Okay.
And we finished in December.
And you finished in December. And so we...
So what are we doing now?
We're doing what we didn't get to do during the loop. We did not come the Erie Canal.
I gotcha.
We went up the Lake Champlain, up to Montreal, and then down to the Ottawa and the Rideau and Trent Severn through Canada.
Okay.
We did not do the Erie Canal. So we left Port Clinton on the Erie, Lake Erie, and came across the Erie Canal.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go down into the Finger Lakes. And so they're coming east on the Erie Canal. And
Do you know what Finger Lake you want to hit?
Cayuga? Did I say that right?
Cayuga, K-U-K-A.
C-U.
Oh, C-U.
C-A-U.
Cayuga.
C-A-Y.
Cayuga.
Cayuga.
Yep.
We're going to go to Cayuga and Seneca.
Okay, Seneca.
And-
Seneca is the deepest. They used to do submarine, and the Navy did a lot of things there because it's deep and it's cold. The water can get very cold there, but it's beautiful. And you're right down by Watkins Glen,
Yep, we're
which
gonna
is
go down
fantastic.
there.
You should go there and check the races because there could be Ferrari races.
Okay.
One of my really good buddies has a place called the Little Speed Shop, and he works on all imports. And there's a lot of doctors and things, and they do fabrication and they build. They redo Porsches and Ferraris and all kinds of things. And then he sets up for during the season down in Watkins Glen. He bought a house down there, and he sets up right in the garage area. So when the Ferrari races and some of those races come through, he's there, and he'll fix all their cars. And then he has to move out for when NASCAR comes in because NASCAR takes over everything. That's a big mess. But usually my favorite races are those, and it's great wine country.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't Napa, but I'm just saying it's really nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We've been there by car.
And we just
Okay.
tried a flight of the.
And we just tried a flight up at My Wine and
Oh,
Cheese
My Wine and
Bar.
Cheese Bar right
Yep,
over here.
That's where we're
Yep.
coming from.
And
Okay.
they were from the Finger Lakes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot of Finger Lakes
Yeah.
wines. Yes. Do you like our area is probably known more for Rieslings.
That's what
Which
we
is-
had.
yeah.
They were the dry
They're little,
Rieslings.
yeah.
It was really good.
Oh,
They were
okay.
good.
Okay, good. That's right.
Good.
Yeah. I like some. I'm more of a red. That gets too sweet, but that's okay. That's all right. So now, have you taken notes?
So we've actually done from Annapolis up
Okay. That
And
sounds aggressive to me.
aggressive.
Well, coming from Maryland, I mean, at times I would think weather and different things that you're going to run into
Just
and trying to
depends.
navigate the waterways and the currents and the different things that change.
It can be. It can
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Michelle just got her captain's license.
I did get my captain's license.
And what are you sailing?
Right now we're in a Carver. We're in a 396 Carver.
Okay.
So we've done some different boats.
Yeah.
We brought a main ship up from Annapolis.
Okay.
We've done a Silverton from New Jersey.
Okay.
And we brought our Carver up from Long Island.
Wow. So you've got some miles under some
got-
seaway, some nautical
We've got
miles.
Some, yes,
Yeah.
some.
All right. Well, and this will be exciting. So, are you ready to go for anywhere from 10 to 13 months?
We're ready to go. Yeah, we're ready
Right.
to go. But we have to wait for him to retire. So
He looks like he's 45 years old.
He's a little over 50. A little
Okay.
over 50. So
All
we
right.
got about 7 years before he's ready to retire.
Okay.
So, Bill, we're all members of the AGLCA, which is the America's Great Loop Cruisers Association. And
Sounds like a bunch of nerds. Like I wouldn't join this, honestly.
You
I would.
would. Do you wanna-
No,
do you-
but I'm going. You guys look like you're a lot of
Nerds.
fun.
Yes,
You're boat people.
we are a
This is-
lot of fun.
Yes.
And so is this AGLCA.
And cool, because do you
I know,
realize-
we're very cool.
I just have to say, what's your husband's name, Karen?
Tony.
Okay, so Tony, Karen has become just a horrible name to have in America and around the world these days. But she doesn't seem like a Karen at
I'm
all.
not. She's
You
not.
put her on a 25-foot boat.
27.
Excuse me, I forgot that. That extra 2 feet is a lot, believe me.
Yeah.
27-foot boat for over a year?
Yeah, I'm a nice person.
Nice person.
A really nice
Holy
person.
cow. Now, did you fly home for holidays and things?
We did.
Oh, okay.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We flew home for holidays and three times, and we had a COVID postponed vacation, and we took that.
Yeah.
So we were off the boat for a while for that.
Okay.
But 13 months is what
Are you going to miss living on the boat?
we miss it, which
do.
is why we thought we were going to sell it when
Yeah.
we came home. But we just changed our mind and decided to do this trip. And so we're trying to figure out on this trip if this is something we still want to do.
Would it be a bigger boat that maybe
Maybe.
yeah, and that you would live somewhere
Maybe.
a little more temperate? What we miss about the trip is the people.
What we miss about the trip are people like Pam and
Well,
Vince
this is interesting
and
because
the people that we meet along the way.
so when my youngest son who was visiting me, his grandparents had an RV. And the RV community is similar to this, right? In a way, but boats are just so much cooler. Now,
And that's what people tell us. People who have done RVing and boating
Yeah.
say that boating is much more friendly and much more community, and it's much different than the RV.
it's a little more open-minded.
It is more
I don't know
open.
why that
As
is.
Everybody's
but-
say.
happy.
Yes, and well, because you're living the dream. I mean, that to me is now I might aspire to do this. Living the dream. Look at this. That's a
We met them yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're friends.
yeah.
They just had drinks. They're friends for a long time.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. It's a bunch of alcoholics on boats, and I cannot. I mean, as an Irishman and a guy with a drinking problem myself, I could fit right in. This is I didn't know any of this existed.
Yeah.
We eat well too.
I bet. So, and you were how many months? 10? 10. And did you guys fly back to California? I would assume at time. Never. You haven't gone back at all?
We just went straight through.
Just straight through.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, scariest moments on a boat? Well, yeah.
Yes, when the
But I mean, was there a scary moment at all in terms of anything?
There were times that
Yeah.
we didn't follow the weather
Yeah.
forecast, and we went out anyway. And one was in the Keys, and I said, maybe we need to figure out what our limits are. We think our limits are these waves and this wind, but let's go during this condition and see. And it was too much, and we stopped, and we were able to duck into a marina. Another time, the weather said it was going to be this, and it wasn't this, it was that, and it was worse. And but there were like 10 of us who went out that day, and we just kept going, and we were fine. The boat's going to take more than we can take,
Yeah.
and we know that, and we were fine. And we got to the end of that run, and we were with all the boats that went out that day, and we were, all fine, and marveled at the forecast was so different than what actually was. But you just pick your weather days.
What have you learned about yourself maybe along this way? Sometimes these things can be very introspective, right? You can kind of really learn, and I don't mean to put pressure on anybody, but I mean, it's a lot. You've uprooted your life as you know it, right? You've taken all the conveniences of home and stuck it into a really tight space. Imagine if either one of your husbands had come to you at some point and said, I found the perfect place to live. It's 27 feet. It's 32 feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, all that, you have to learn how to, how about this? Here's something simple. A big thing in the United States now, talked about, there's shows on it, minimization, right? We minimize things. Like, we overbuy. That's our number one thing. It's to consume in this country. Do you find that you maybe can live on less?
Yes, you can live on less, but I still overbuy.
Well, I like nice things, right? We all like nice things, but in terms of the number of clothes or what you really need, or I don't know.
Yeah. And especially us having sold our home to
do this?
Launch on this. Yeah. And in a way, it's liberating. It's like we've let go of so many things that we didn't really need.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And the other thing I learned was men and women will never truly be able to communicate.
Even on the boats.
But I love my husband.
Yeah. It's got to be at times very trying.
Yes. It's a Venus and Mars situation.
But could it also be one of these things where it's a shared experience that
Absolutely.
Nobody else has these moments? Yeah.
It's
I'm
something
seeing
that
Tony,
you're very proud of, too.
I would
When
think.
we completed it, I didn't realize how proud I was going to be. And when we crossed, they call it crossing your wake, when you finish where you started. Okay. And I was truly very excited and proud of what we'd done.
Yeah. So. Did you toast the moment with I would think you have to. Yep. Talk about a true partnership, right? Yep. You really traversed, I'm sure, some lonely days probably, traveling.
And scary moments.
And scary moments, right. Yeah. So how long on a typical day, if you were, when I was a kid, my parents were teachers. My uncle had the place, he was a pilot for Delta, so he was up and down the West Coast mostly, and then into Park City. So he was living in Bainbridge Island in Seattle. And the World's Fair in 80-something was out there. So we went out to Vancouver to the World's Fair. And we drove, but in the beginning, it was like 8-hour days in the car. Is it similar on a boat? Do you plot out how many? Yeah, and
do.
And it all depends too. I would think, like here on the canal, when you're going through, I think we were out on a kayak yesterday. I think is it 5 miles an hour?
It is. It's 5 miles an hour. Yeah. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, it's about 5 miles an hour for us.
Is it the whole way down, Michelle?
Most of the way down through the canal, because you've got to worry about the wake that you're making.
Yeah, sure.
And the locks, how long it takes through the locks, going past other boaters. Yeah. So you've got to plot out, your mileage, how far you can go before the locks close. Right. And where you want to get. So,
and do you have to, if you're staying on your boat along this trip, do you have to make reservations ahead of time? You do.
You do and you don't. There are some areas that are much more popular, and you might want to make a reservation. Okay. Other areas along the Erie, along the canal, it's great. There are free walls that the Erie Canal offers, and you basically just pay for electricity, and it's wonderful.
Oh, so these are all the. Oh, okay. So Sylvan Beach, I'm seeing Lockport, and then and you schedule everything.
But only about a week.
Tell me about right behind us here, where and you're saying both your boats are tied up. Is your boat tied up there as well, Michelle?
So is Michelle.
Do they charge you for? I don't know how that works. Is there a fee? Is it like camping? I don't know.
There's a charge here, but a lot of the places on the area are free.
Yep.
They are.
Or it's a donation type of situation. Yeah. So most of the places on the Erie Canal are free. There are very few that charge.
Okay.
So it's nice on the area.
So here they charge how much? May I ask? I don't mean to be rude, but just out of curiosity.
14 a night still.
11
a night.
11 for us.
Yeah.
Does it go by the size of the boat?
It
goes
by
how much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And marinas too. It
like
goes
a big
on
old
the
fancy
sides
Michelle with that $48 bill.
But for us, our little 27, it's $11.
Yeah,
but then, like New York, New York City.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, it's $6 a foot.
Is it really?
Depending on the size of your boat. And that's kind of the cheaper end.
Yeah, and most marinas are by foot, whatever by foot of your boat. $1, $2. Yeah. $7
$6 or
in New York.
Yeah. And actually, if you're in the city itself, it's like $10 a foot.
Okay, so really? Yeah. But you're right in the heart of, did you go down into like, what is it, the seaport down there?
We stayed at Liberty Landing.
Liberty Landing is the premier
Jersey.
place.
Yeah.
And then you go by the Statue of Liberty and you go by with another boat. So that boat takes a picture of you. You and your boat with the Statue of Liberty, and then you flip around and take a picture of them and their boat with the Statue of Liberty.
That's a great little...
Yes, it's a really milestone moment to go by the Statue of Liberty like that.
Now, growing up down there, we used to go, I was going to say Mystic Seaport. That's Connecticut. This was, but it's right down. You could go off to Battery Island and everything from there. And it became almost a destination for people. They gentrified that part of the city in the 80s. Yeah. Because the rest, it could get, it was pretty rough down there for many, many years, especially if you went to Times Square. When I was a kid, it was authentic. Now it's Disney-fied. It's all cleaned up. It's
crazy.
Plastic and everything.
It's fun, but it's crazy.
It is. Well, this is, I find this so interesting, and I'm so glad that you waved and came in. You gave me the boater wave, the big boater wave. How much do you split the driving of the boat?
And on our boat, it's mostly Tony who drives.
Yeah. Captain Tony. And what's honey? Great name for a bar. But Captain Tony does most of the driving. Okay.
I'm willing to drive, but he likes to sit behind the wheel and be in control.
Anybody's boat big enough to have the bridge be lifted?
All of us.
All of you. Really?
Even yours, Karen?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are all pain in the butt. You realize
that?
Yeah,
we are. I'm sorry.
I always just sneak in through this parking lot, or I'll go over the bridge over that way if I could see it coming in, because I live just out down the street. But when it goes, the best is when I see the people, they get stuck at the bridge, then the bridge goes down, and then they get stuck at the train. But it's fun. It's very lovely.
Fairport Harbor's been great.
No.
Everybody, the people are so friendly.
Well, see?
And Kevin, Michelle's husband, and Michelle, they just have been so hospitable, and they're docked out there and
very helpful.
Can't say enough about Fairport and how friendly they are. Make sure you talk about AGLCA.
Well, you just did. So
make sure you put that part in there.
Yeah. I'm not going to edit any of this.
America's Great Loop Cruisers Association.
What do you listen to on your boat, by the way, music-wise? Oh, I'm a big fan of Chris Stapleton. There's some Chris Stapleton I really like. I love Jimmy Buffett.
We like Johnny Cash.
Okay.
And Jimmy Buffett.
Does anybody know this guy? John Hyatt.
John Hyatt.
No? You know John Hyatt? I love John Hyatt. John Hyatt, to me, is he wrote a lot of songs made famous by other people, but this is one of my favorite Tennessee plates. And on that note, for Karen, Pam, Michelle, Tony, what?
Vince.
I'm sorry, Vince.
Kevin.
And Kevin. Look at this. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow. Comedy at the Carlson, funniest person in Rochester contest going on. Get out there and check out some new talent in our area. Really, really funny people. Kicked off on Wednesday night, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun to host that event. And then there's some other things coming up at Comedy at the Carlson. You can always go to carlsoncomedy.com to find out about Madeline Smith. She'll be in the Rickles Room this Saturday, July 8th. And then Board Teachers Presents Teachers Do Stand-Up Tour, Thursday, July 13th through Saturday, July 15th. Come laugh with the funniest teachers in the world. Again, find out ticket information and showtimes at carlsoncomedy.com.